one point did have a functional role, right? Fear kept us alive. And so if there was like some kind of danger lurking out there in the bush or whatever the case may be, 2,000, 3,000, whatever years ago, it was a functional response, and cortisol would get released in the body and adrenaline, and it would keep us alive. But in the modern time, fear sometimes can mess with our systems. And I know particularly this has already come up regarding mental health. And that if you have a release, a constant release of these different types of hormones, that it creates a stressor, and we can create inflammation, and we can manifest heart attacks, even though our numbers look great. And so one thing to keep in mind, and I think one of the things I wanted to talk about is that this time is uncertain, but time is the ultimate currency. Use this time wisely, invest in yourself, reflect. And so without taking out too much time, three things that I wanted to mention is that you have the ability to hack. You have the ability to hack.
And wash karo.
Sorry, Chandan, can you please mute yourself?
So just briefly, 3 ways to hack fear. So if you want to take down some notes. First, we hear this all the time, but time is the first pillar that gets us into the fear zone. And specifically, what we're doing is we're keeping ourselves out of the present. That job you used to have and that incredible job that you're going to have in the future is just that. It's in the future. But if we stay in our moment, if we stay present, then we trust. The more that we stay in the past or in the future, we give into fear. Number 2 is the attachment. And really, it's that rigid attachment. If I'm not this, if I'm not a business analyst in this type of company, in this industry, by this time, I'm an absolute failure. Why are we putting on that kind of expectation on ourselves? It rather just have if you're going to, I think Michelle had talked about writing down your intention or your goals, and then you visually see that in front of you. And so when we have a more gravitational attachment to what our goals are, I'm going to have a job that's going to bring me tremendous joy, and it's going to allow me to have passion in everything I do. I don't know exactly what the title is. Then you eliminate the attachment associated with the job seeking process. So that's number 2. And number 3 is the expectation. It's okay to have desires and goals. I'm not saying that. But when we have the expectation, again, of a very narrow mindset of this is exactly the job I want, it has to be on this street and address or whatever the case may be, you're narrowing your intention funnel. And I would challenge people and say, allow for the outcome to play out. If you've written down what your true passions are, if you've written down what your intention is, and you're doing the right actions, have the expectation that it will work out. Unwavering faith, whatever that means to you. But as it plays out, it may not be exactly what your expectation was, and that is perfectly okay. And those 3 pillars, if you can hack those, you will hack fear. And ultimately, confidence, grace, and courage are based and rooted in trust and love. And love is the most powerful thing in the world. Thank you so much for your time.
That's absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
The last, confidence, grace, and
courage.
Okay, thanks.
We have a fully recorded version, which will be uploaded on YouTube at the end with all of these speeches in short. So we're so short of time, and we still have, do you guys want one 5-minute breakout session? And then we come back, and I'd like to get every single mentor to say something. Or should we just keep this going? I need a vote. One more 5-minute session? Give me a reaction. Yes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
5 minutes won't be enough.
Yes.
I'm just going to do one-on-one. You may have a mentor, you may not have a mentor, but please take this opportunity to get to know your partner. Okay, so build those connections. All right, 5 minutes. Hi, Jay.